5 o'clock, we are asking some tough questions tonight with the passage of New York State's new state budget. It is passing comes during continued efforts to recover from the pandemic, as well as plenty of turmoil in Albany with Governor Cuomo. Good evening, everyone. I'm Scott Levin. Mary Alice is off tonight. This year's budget does include a significant amount of higher spending and a major tax increase for some state residents. Channel 2's Ron Plants has that story time.
Some primary numbers for you: a $212 billion state budget, a major 10% increase in state spending, and a $4 billion tax increase on wealthy individuals like millionaires and corporations. All Albany factors this year with a new spending plan in place, helped in part by over $12 billion in federal recovery money to help paper over a projected deficit that swelled to about $15 billion with COVID cost. But still more spending, which advocates say was needed to help with pandemic recovery, even with all the additional federal money coming in.
We realize we have to recover from the pandemic.
That's right.
Yes.
Yep.
And there may be inequities in the past that had to be addressed. But isn't a 10% figure in terms of spending a bit much for this state, figuring the fact that we had a $6 billion deficit even before the pandemic began?
Yep. So here, the answer is we have to come out of the recession. In 2008, it took a long time to come out of the recession because we were too cautious. We didn't go hard enough on our recovery. So we're going to go hard on this recovery. It's going to include spending for infrastructure.
And now to help pay for it all, that tax hike. Some observers fearing millionaires and corporations, which pay a major tax load, could leave New York for other lower tax states like Texas or Florida.
It's going to be an experiment of, you hear it said that if we tax millionaires, they'll leave. Much like we heard if you raise minimum wage, that companies will stop hiring. Well, that didn't prove to be true. So we're going to see if, in fact, this leads to people leaving New York State. And if it does, we come back and we adjust our policy for year number 2.
If they would move,
yep,
the state could really be in dire consequences here if we lose a lot of revenue.
That's right. And the state will be in more dire consequences if we don't do anything and we allow school districts to have to do layoffs and county governments to do layoffs. So we're taking a chance. We know that chance. We think we're being rational.
So a major league roll of the dice for the Democratic-controlled state government, and now they're on the record. Ron Plants, Channel 2 News.